all, welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to talk about commonly asked DMV questions. So today, do I really need to run a front plate? Yes. Short answer, yes. Longer answer, if you're issued 2 plates, you have to display 2 plates. If you're issued 1 plate, you only have to display 1 plate. Now you may ask, well, what gets 2 plates? Automotive, light truck, motorhome, farm truck, any graphic plate. That's including if you have like a motorhome and you run like a specialty graphic, ham radio. Basically the majority of the plates DMV issues in Wisconsin come in pairs. Kind of stuck with that. Is it annoying for a lot of people? Apparently. For collectors like me, I like 2 plates, but I'm weird. Some plates are issued in singles or trailer, of course. Low speed. That's about it, really. Besides your motorcycles and your mopeds and your other motorcycle types, antique, collector, hobbyists, and such like that. With your auto versions of collector, hobbyist, and antique, yes, you got to run both. But if you can run YOM, year of manufacturing. That's a whole different thing. There's a video on it somewhere above here. Maybe it's below. I don't know. But look it up on my channel if you're interested in running your manufacturer plates. Now, do you have to run it if you have a single plate on the back? That's use dependent. So basically, if you have an apportion plate, most likely you're going to run that on the front because you're going to have some sort of trailer attached via 5th wheel all the time, and it's going to be blocked. And it says in the statute that if the plate's going to be blocked all the time, you can mount it somewhere else. Actually, there's a whole statute about it. I can't talk today. Let me just pull that up. So it's display of registration plates 341.151 through, so there's basically it tells you what I just told you about registration plates. It tells you the exceptions. It tells you if you have any if you issue decals or stickers, you got to put them on, where you have to put them on. You could end up with a $200 fine if you don't do it right. Ouch. And how they're supposed to be mounted. So apparently, if you are issued a plate, it's got to be like this. You can't mount it like this. You can't mount it like that. That's technically a no-no. Are you going to get pulled over? Likelihood is low unless you're doing something else. So just keeping that in mind. But also, it's a good thing to realize on your motorcycle plates, because I see a lot of guys mount them like this. Eek, you're not really supposed to. And what I'm also trying to figure out, I've heard that you don't have to run these. You don't have to run your motorcycle plates. You can just carry the registration with you. I've not been able to confirm that in the statutes at all. So I don't know where people are getting that. I've heard DMV tell people. I'm seeing Google AI tell people, but I can't find where it says you can do that. So yeah, so I'd be cautious about that. And I'd be cautious about running it vertically like this. Really, if there was such a need for this kind of plate, the law would have to be changed. And let me know if you'd like that, actually, because I think the museum would be a best case scenario to, get signatures, get momentum for changing the law. Now, I'm going to bring you up an example of someone who did that. So 1 second. Okay, I'm back. So, some states issue vertical motorcycle plates. Here is a West Virginia vertical. honestly, this is the best idea that states can do to avoid giving motorcycle tickets if they need to run their plate vertical. And actually, I think sometimes it works out better, because a lot of times, I know with the bike I have, this is right by that tire, and it's going to mess up that plate, it's going to flip it up, and you don't want that, and that's going to get you a ticket. But if you can mount it vertically off the tire in the back, off of the frame, that's not going to get messed up as easily. It's not going to get bent. It's going to be easily visible. But I digress. What do you guys think? What would you like to see? Would you like to see any of the laws changed? I hear a lot about the front plate. And with the front plate stuff, I hear cost. Let's focus on the cost. Well, I can tell you, using prison labor, where the guy, top dog prisoner, is making $1 an hour, and using aluminum and sheeting, and they're embossed at the same time, painted, dried, and packaged at the same time, it's not much. Like, you're not going to save that much, and unfortunately, when we're mailing these, well, not we, but when Wisconsin's mailing these, that's actually where the real cost is, but these are pretty light. So the main cost is the package itself, and the added little weight for the extra plate is not going to make a difference. Only reason I know is I ship a lot of plates, and shipping one plate versus a pair, it's not much difference weight-wise, and it's not much cost-wise either. So that's another uphill battle for the guys who don't want a front plate. Other states have actually gone, if they don't want the bracket, gone to a sticker. I think California was the first one. So, what are your thoughts on that? Does anyone run without a front plate illegally? I know I don't, because I enjoy my plates, and I usually have something pretty weird, graphical, or a nice low-ish digit to show off. But anyway, I digress. So, since I'm stitching this in, I've forgotten to say, I am trying to grow the channel to 500 subscribers before the end of the year. With Facebook changing so much and it not being really a great place for community anymore, I did build a subreddit for the group and the museum. You can check out stuff there, links in the description. Check out my website for the Wisconsinites Bulletin and other things I'm kind of getting ready to produce that might not have come out on the channel or in the groups already. And let me know if you need anything else. I'm trying to build this community. Thank you. I'll talk to you later. Thank you. Bye.